Deep Rising is a 1998 creature feature directed by Stephen Sommers. A boat captain transporting mercenaries gets caught up in the hijacking of a cruise ship, but the mercenaries turn out to be the least of his worries when it's discovered the ship is infested with deep-sea monsters. But before we get into this aquatic action fest, I just want to ask that if you end up enjoying this video, then please think about hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel, because it would really help me out. So thanks. Also, there will be full spoilers ahead, but if that doesn't bother you, then grab your octopus-flavoured popcorn and whip out your favourite Lego boat as we dive into Deep Rising. So the movie begins with the viewpoint of a mysterious creature at the bottom of the ocean thinking, so what's on the agenda today? Scare some fish in the morning, eat a pod of whales for lunch, and then terrorise a cruise liner this afternoon. I love weekends. Then we see a boat being driven by Treat Williams, who I'm going to call Biscuit, because a biscuit's a treat, isn't it? His two crewmates are Soggy, because she's outside in the rain, and his mechanic, Joey, which is actually the character's proper name, which I'm going to keep because it makes me think of a baby kangaroo. Anyway, Biscuit is frustrated that his new robotic penis isn't working properly, so Joey says,
"It's a little temperamental, you have to be gentle."
But Biscuit's impatient and just gives it a good whack.
Are you hitting that thing again?
Oh. Then this fella shows up, who is the leader of the group of mercenaries Biscuit is transporting. I'm going to call him Grumpy Gus, because I don't think I've ever seen the actor smile. Ever. And one of his mercs, who I'm going to call Personal Space because he's invading it, asks Biscuit if he's curious about their destination. And Biscuit says,
"If the cash is there, we do not care."
So if the cash isn't there, then you do care. But shouldn't you care if the cash is there? Oh, I'm confused. Then we see a big old cruise ship just sailing along without a care in the world. Probably because cruise liners aren't living creatures, but anyway, there's plenty of folk inside, with this one fella having the biggest overreaction to stubbing your toe I've ever seen. Everyone else on board seems to be having a good time though. There's everything here from gambling to gambling, with a bit of gambling on the side. Oh, and if you're really lucky, might be an odd bit of gambling too. Then that fella who looks after Hannibal Lecter shows up and is all like, "Hello everyone, my name's Basil Shithead."
Welcome to the maiden voyage of the Argonautica!
The what?
The Argonautica!
Come again?
The Argonautica!
Am I losing my mind? Because I can't make out a damn word he's saying. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I've got me bloody earplugs in, that's why. Anyway, he tells everyone he's a dickhead, which no one disputes, and then we meet Famke Janssen's character. Good lord, she's hotter than one of those apple pie things from McDonald's, but less likely to burn your tongue. I'm going to call her Harvard, because she's in a red dress. Tell you, if anyone gets that music reference, then I owe you a Coke, with a slice of lemon, and lots of ice, whether you want ice or not. Turns out she's a sneaky thief who wants to sneakily thieve some valuables from the ship's safe. So she bumps into the ship's captain, who I'm going to call Captain Tash, and nicks his keycard. Then she walks outside and hears a distant, monstrous howl. But really it's saying, "Good evening, miss. I like your red dress. It makes you look rather elegant." Oh, no, don't walk away. Oh, bugger. Oh, I'm terrible at talking to the ladies. You're not the only one, fella. I happen to be physically incapable of smooth talk. I just end up sounding like a serial killer, which is somewhat off-putting. Back to Biscuit's boat, and we're introduced to the rest of the mercenaries on board. We've got Kano from the OG Mortal Kombat movie, minus the red eye, obviously. Edge from Virus's younger brother, Ledge. Thingy from Gladiator, although this movie came out before Gladiator, so really should be Thingy from Deep Rising, but sod it, he's Gladiator now. Who else we got? Oh yeah, Flem, and this guy who, I have no idea who he is, so I'm just going to call him Mr. Indigestion. Anyway, they're all playing a game of I Spy, and Flem says, "I spy with my little eye something beginning with A. Is it my axe-proof helmet? Yes, it is!" That was a bit too obvious, wasn't it? Alright, let's play another game. How about let's make Kano sick? Oh. So Gladiator says to him, "Imagine eating a bacon, lettuce and tomato sandwich, but the lettuce has been swapped out for rocket." You know, I ordered a BLT in a cafe and they actually did that once. I mean, what kind of psychopath swaps out lettuce for rocket in a BLT? I tell you, I was so pissed off that I just took out the rocket and ate the sandwich, but still I was very grouchy afterwards. While the mercs are fooling around, Joey decides to have a sneaky look at the cargo they're hauling, which turns out to be torpedoes, which are even more dangerous than regular pedos because they explode. One of them pops up from its crate like, "Hiya!" and Joey reacts like he's gonna hit the damn thing. Yes, Joey, hit the explosive device with the crowbar. That'll show it. Back on the cruise liner, Harvard finds the safe room and pops her bubblegum over the security camera lens so no one will know about the theft. Captain? Someone's put Chuddy over the camera in the safe room. Oh no! Now we won't be able to see if anyone tries to rob it! Shouldn't we go and check on it then? Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Well done, Stephen. Oh, thanks. Can I get a raise? Can you, fuck? So Harvard gets caught rather swiftly, and Basil Shithead is none too pleased about her sneak thievery, so he gives her a slap. The cowardly little wanker. If I was there, I would have taken his glasses off and knocked him the fuck out, because you can't hit someone with glasses on, can you?
It's the rules.
Captain Tash says that the ship's brig is unfinished, meaning she'll have to be detained elsewhere. So they make the big brain decision to lock her up in the food storage and say, "Now don't you go eating any of this expensive, luxurious food, okay?" "Oh, okay."
A few minutes later.
"Sir, she's eating the food! A fibbing little fibber! Maybe we should put her somewhere else?" "Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Well done, Stephen." "Oh, thanks. Can I get a raise?" "I think you've earned it." "Oh, wow, really?" "No, have you fuck." Then we see some sneaky bastard doing some dastardly sneaky sabotage bastardry, and turns off all the ship's systems. Ooh, I wonder who that could be. Spoilers, it's Basil Shithead, because it's obviously him, isn't it? Because he's a shithead. On the bridge, everyone is aghast at the chaos unfolding, and Captain Tash says,
What's happening here, gentlemen?
"Sir, the ship is more fucked than a second-hand fleshlight."
That's impossible.
Then this fella picks up something big on the sonar, which is heading up from the depths, and directly for the ship.
150 meters, 140, 130.
"You don't have to tell me every time it moves 10 meters. I can see the screen, you bollock." Then whatever it is hits the ship, and everyone on board gets tossed around like a well-dressed salad. But this poor lass gets it the worst, as she's attacked by something from below while she's sat on the bog. I got attacked by an ill-tempered wasp when I was sat on the toilet once. I tell you, it came out of nowhere, so it scared the shit out of me. Back on the boat, and the mercs start tooling up with these really cool assault rifles that look like mini guns. And Flem says to Gladiator, "Are you going to put on your axe-proof helmet for this job?" "Nah, it makes my head sweaty. I'm sure I'll be fine without it." They then start setting up torpedo launchers on Biscuit's boat without asking him, which is very rude.
Hey! Who said you could put holes in my boat? I didn't say you could put holes in my boat!
"Why are they putting holes in my boat? I'm going to charge you extra for them holes in my boat!" Then all of a sudden they smash right into a speedboat drifting in the ocean, which explodes and causes quite a bit of damage to Biscuit's boat, with Mr. Indigestion saying,
What the hell was that?
"Well, it wasn't a floating guillotine, was it?"
Whatever it was, it nearly took my bloody head off.
So the boat is a bit worse for wear, but fortunately, the mercenaries' target is now in sight. So the mercs hold Biscuit and his crew at gunpoint, saying they're in charge now, leaving Biscuit thinking, "I tell you, this is the last time I transport highly aggressive and heavily armed mercenaries." Everyone then makes their way up onto the ship, apart from Soggy and Mr. Indigestion, who stay behind to fix Biscuit's vessel.
Giggity.
The others march their way through the ship and then burst into the main hall like,
Everybody be cool, this is a robbery!
but to their surprise, there's no one around. Then Gladiator dabbles in a wee bit of hepatitis by dipping his fingers in some hemoglobin and says,
We got blood here. We got blood everywhere.
"I hate to tell you fellas, but you're all full of the stuff, so stop acting like it's unusual." Then they hear an elevator on its way down to them, and Biscuit says,
I got a really bad feeling about this.
Then the door opens and...
Grand atrium level.
That's odd. Usually the blood gets off at the second floor.
Grumpy Gus tells Kano and Ledge to take Biscuit and Joey to the machine shop so they can fix the boat parts they brought, while the rest of them go and do what they came for. Meanwhile, these bits of broccoli are like,
Wake up, Harvard! Everything's gone wrong!
so she opens an electrical panel next to the door and jabs it with a metal hairpin to make the door open, because if science has taught us anything, it's that jabbing an electrical panel with something metal is completely safe. Back on Biscuit's boat, and Soggy is trying to fix the damage to the hull, when all of a sudden she gets jump-scared by the corpse of Rodney Dangerfield. But before she can even comprehend how odd that is, she's pulled out of the boat to her doom. Then Mr. Indigestion walks in and is all like, "Oi! Where'd you go?" "Well, I tell you, if you jump out and scare me, I'll punch you in the tit." Down in the partially flooded machine shop, Joey is gabbing on a bit too much for Kano's liking, so he says,
You got a real big mouth on you, you know that?
"Yeah, and you ain't sticking anything in it." Well, unless it's a chocolate bar or something, then go for it. Then Kano goes off for a wander because his life expectancy was a bit too high being where he was. And Biscuit says to Joey,
What you got there? Peanut. Peanut. Peanut.
"Why in God's name do you have a single peanut on you?"
Are you insane?
Unfortunately for Kano, his random exploration is cut short when he's violently pulled through some pipes to his death, leaving the others thinking, "What the hell was that? Oh, something's not right on this ship, I tell you. Something's not right at all." Back to Harvard, and she wants another crack at the safe, but gets immediately caught. Again. The mercs are somewhat less friendly than the ship's crew, however, and hold her at gunpoint while they open the safe. Gladiator's all like, "Oh, I can't wait to get this money. I'm going to really enjoy being both wealthy and alive." But then... Don't you say it, but don't you say it. I bloody told you to wear your axe-proof helmet, didn't I?
You son of a bitch!
Grumpy Gus is well mad with Basil and Captain Tash, and says,
You just killed one of my best men!
with phlegm like, "Am I one of your best men too?" "No, Oh. Thankfully, this gives Harvard a chance to slip away unnoticed. Back in the machine shop, Ledge gets grabbed by a grabber, which slams him all over the spot before turning him into strawberry juice. Biscuit and Joey grab his gun and leg it, with the mysterious beastie chasing them going, "Oh, I'm gonna get you, and I'm gonna knacker this floor in the process." They manage to escape though and bump into Harvard in an elevator, right before they bump into the Mercs again, so everyone can be one big unhappy family. Biscuit tells them there's something nasty on board with them, and Captain Tash corroborates this, so they all ride the elevator to the way out. But then the cable snaps, sending them hurtling towards the bottom of the ship, and bloody hell, is this a cruise ship or a bloody skyscraper? I mean, how big is this shaft?
Giggity.
Anyway, they crash at the bottom and miraculously nobody is hurt. But I can't really show you this hallway because it's covered from ceiling to floor in blood and gore. But don't you worry, I'm going to do some very subtle censoring so you'll barely notice.
Now what?
Then the walls start buckling as something big is crushing them from the other side, so they all run away while shooting at the walls as you would. Once they find somewhere safe to chill for a minute, Biscuit puts it together that Basil Shithead was the one who sabotaged the ship and paid the Mercs to sink it with the torpedoes so he could claim the insurance money. Everyone calls Basil a dickhead because he is. Then something starts spamming on Joey's shoulder, which turns out to be a very big bunch of tentacles. So they all start shooting, and what happens next is so disgusting I can't even show it to you or censor it, so I'm going to have to draw you a crude picture of what happens. Right, so they shoot open one of the tentacles, and Mr. Indigestion falls out of the thing half digested, but still alive and screaming. It's probably one of the most minging things I've ever seen. Then he dies because he's proper gammy, and everyone runs away in disgust. Biscuit then gets cornered by one of the blighters, and it opens its spiky tentacle mouth to reveal an even freakier mouth inside. How many mouths do you need, like? Stop being mouth greedy! So it whips out a glass of milk to give Biscuit a good dunking, but then Harvard runs up shooting it so it wiggles away. Then she runs past Biscuit saying, "Time to go!" And he's all like,
Aye, I'll just grab me gun, lass, and then I'll be with you. I don't want to leave it behind 'cause it's still got some bullets in it and that, eh?
On the way to find the others, they come across Captain Tash being pulled through the floor by one of the beasties, but they're all sick of looking at his stupid haircut, so they just let him get eaten. Then Basil Shithead says that they don't actually eat you, they drink you. Drink me? What, do I look like a bloody Capri Sun? Soon they find that the only way back to the boat is through a submerged hallway, so they're going to have to do that underwater bit in Alien Resurrection. Oh, I love an underwater bit, because I always hold my breath when they go under so I can see if I can make it. Right, here we go. Everyone apart from personal space makes it to the other side, but at least he goes out with a bang. Then Biscuit says,
Now where do we go?
There are more elevators through that hatchway over there. Fuck elevators.
"Oh, I hear that. I absolutely hate elevators. Ever since I got mugged by one, then my dislike for them's been on another level." Flem tells everyone they should hunker down in this room and wait for help, which is a stupid idea, and Grumpy Gus says,
We're not staying here.
I say we are.
Back off right now before I put you down.
like a deer that I hit with my car, but it didn't kill it, so I bashed its head in because it was suffering. It was the humane thing to do, like, but it scarred me for life, so I don't know whether it was worth it. Then a grabber sneaks up behind Flem and chugs him like a big bird eating a fish, so everyone runs away and quickly stumble upon another room which requires censoring. So apologies, because this one might be somewhat noticeable. Anyway, this is where the majority of the crew's remains have been spat out, which is really gross.
Now what?
Then the ship's hull splits open and a colossal fuck ton of water starts pouring in, so everyone legs it. In a panic, they get separated and chased by the beasties, with Joey saying to Grumpy Gus,
We gotta slow him down!
The only way to slow him down is to beat him!
All I got is a wet stick of gum and a breath mint!
Oh, and I've got another single peanut, but it can't have that. That's for Joey. Then Grumpy Gus shoots poor Joey in the leg and leaves him for dead. What a bastard! But thankfully, Joey finds a hatch to hide in. Meanwhile, Biscuit and Harvard make it outside and see an island in the distance, so they lower themselves down to the boat. But without the boat parts, what are they going to do?
Trust me! I got a plan!
Are you going to tell me the plan then, or what? Don't just leave me hanging. Literally. Back to Joey, and he finds Grumpy Gus lying on a table, with one of the monsters slowly eating him, saying, It's eating me bum, Joey! Please help me! I need me bum to sit on! And to pump! So Joey gives him his gun so he can end his own suffering. But then the bastard tries to shoot Joey with it! What a twat, like! But the irony is that the gun is now out of ammo! So Grumpy Gus is gonna get drunk. Not like that, though. That's for me to do. Elsewhere, Biscuit sends Harvard to find a jet ski for them to escape on, because the boat won't make it to the nearby island. Then Joey turns up and helps him prep the boat so it can autopilot itself into the cruise ship, using the torpedoes to blow it up and the monsters along with it. He's also really sad that Soggy died too. Oh, poor Joey. If I was there, I'd give him a big hug in exchange for that last peanut. Meanwhile, Harvard has another run-in with our resident shithead, Basil Shithead, who threatens to kill her if she doesn't give him the jet ski key. But then Biscuit turns up and shoos off the little wanker with a hail of bullets. Then just when things are looking up, the whole room starts falling apart as this absolutely gigantic octopus monster emerges out of the floor. And we realise that all the tentacles were just the tentacles of this thing, with Biscuit saying,
Now there's something you don't see every day.
aye, like a chinchilla with wheels and machine guns on its back being pulled along by a rocket-powered lynx. The big monster grabs Biscuit and holds it up to his eye so we can get a good look at him saying, well, it's no custard cream, but it'll do. Then Biscuit whips out a shotgun and blasts the bugger's eye, making it drop him. Then he and Harvard leg it while they have the chance. So they make it back to the boat, but find the window smashed and Joey is nowhere to be seen. Oh no! It hasn't killed Joey, has it? Not me baby kangaroo! But there's nothing he can do, so he goes back to meet Harvard by the jet skis. Then that shithead Basil Shithead finds Biscuit's boat and thinks, oh yeah, I'm gonna nick that. But then it starts moving, so he panics and falls 30 odd feet to the boat below, which gives his shin a proper good snap. And he ends up sounding like me when I run out of beer. Meanwhile, Biscuit and Harvard are jet skiing their way through the flooded ship as the grabbers chase them. It's a really fun chase scene, and I especially enjoy the way he shotguns the elevator doors open to go through. It's really stupid, and I love it. Back to Basil, and I tell you, I'd just love to run up to him and just full-on kick him in that broken shin. And no, that's not cruel. He's the baddie. It'd be funny as fuck. Anyway, we get this brilliant moment where he realises that the boat is going to crash into the ship, and he's helpless to do anything. And he's all like, sticks, wiggles, and beep's not working. Oh no! Wah! Then the boat goes boom, and Biscuit and Harvard make it out just in time before the whole ship goes kablamo. And look at the green screen here. Oh, it's glorious. So they make it to the island, and Biscuit says,
Well, I guess we're stuck on this island.
yep, I think I would also be cool with that. Then surprise you buggers, Joey's still alive! Yay! Now fuck off for a bit, Joey, while we make out, will you? But there's no time for that as we hear something rather big and monstrous heading through the jungle towards our triumphant trio. And good old Biscuit gives us his catchphrase one last time.
Now what?
End of movie. And there we have it. Deep Rising is an absolutely brilliant 90s creature feature, with spectacular effects, cool monsters, and great characters who are either easy to love or you love to hate. The only thing I don't like about it is that half-digested fella. That bit's fucking minging. So, Deep Rising, did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Let me know and I'll go and tell me dad. No, I won't. He wouldn't give a shit. Like and subscribe, you buggers.